This is DRF, Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Illman and Mike Beer taking a look at the DRF Race of the Day for Thursday, October the 7th. We'll throw up the field for race number 8 at beautiful Belmont Park. It is a New York-bred optional claiming event. We're going 3/4 of a mile for fillies and mares. You can download free formulator past performances on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us. Mike, where did the 96 buyer come from for the three of the important ones' most recent race?
I guess, Dan, that she was just waiting to get back on dirt because they had concentrated on turf sprints for this horse dating back to the end of last year. Finally back on dirt last time, albeit in a race that was scheduled for the grass, and she exploded.
She went gate to wire that day, but as we take a look at the Timeform US pace projector, she might face some other speeds. The 5 Beautiful Karen is pretty quick out of there, as is the 6 Shaker Shack, the 7 Rosa Veloce. I would not be surprised if this race is run at a pretty fast clip. The good news for fans of the likely favorite, the 3, the important one, is that she's won from last in the past, albeit on turf.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they did have to sort of use her last time to make the early lead with another horse going. And then she just never looked back in there. It could be a little bit of a concern if they go fast in here. And I do agree with you. There's a chance this pace gets pretty quick.
Nice to see trainer Bobby Dunham with a nice horse. Here's the one by Hubby Hello Money's victory in the Fleet Indian, going 1 1/8 at Saratoga last time out. Joel Rosario had her down towards the inside. The rail opens up. She shoots on through. The 5th place finisher from this race came back to win a 2 Life at Finger Lakes by, about 22 lengths with an 84 buyer. The key is whether this horse is going to be outrun early, cutting all the way back to 6, but she's won sprinting in the past.
Yeah, she has. This is a perfect trip win for her. She got a great trip and ride in here, but she's also very game to prevail, going 9 furlongs. And at the end of the day, Dan, she's run really well in all 5 of her races so far. Only 2 of them are wins, but she's run well in all of those races. She's a little bit underrated. I don't think cutting back's a problem for her, especially if they go fast in front of her.
The 2 Honey Money is a solid horse. She's won 5 times in her career, and she's coming off another top 3 finish. Let's watch that effort against this caliber of horse on September the 6th. She was 3rd this day, chasing the leader on the outside in the black cap with the yellow sleeves. I thought she ran okay, Mike, to be 3rd. Again, it was just one of those days at Saratoga where you wanted to be on the lead. She got close, but she didn't make the lead. I just didn't love this field overall.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. She did a lot of chasing in here, though, and never really gave up to the end before she just got out finished for second. I thought she ran fine. I respect the fact that she's back in good form again, Dan, because this is a filly who started out. It felt like she had some real potential for Linda Rice, and for whatever reason, she missed time, and it felt like she wasn't going to pan out, but she's in good form again right now.
The important one got back to dirt last time out, and as we watched the replay, she loved it. She went to the lead. The pace wasn't necessarily fast, but she just pours it on in the stretch. 96 buyer speed figure, and she was entered for the tag on this day, so she's already won at this condition. She's not tagged here.
No, she's not. This is a really impressive win. We'll see if she can back it up. If she backs it up in any way, obviously, this field's in very deep water again. It's interesting that they spent so much time on turf with her, too, because she started out her career on dirt, and she was okay. I mean, her dirt form was fine at the beginning of her career, but they abandoned it, finally got back on it last time. If she runs that race back, she wins.
Another horse that could add to a potentially crowded pace picture is the 4 A Will Away, who adds blinkers. Last time out, I'm willing to throw that one out. She broke through the gate, then she was involved in a pace duel. The problem is she just hasn't run well against this level of horse just yet. She needs an improvement in form, and I'm just not sure this pace scenario is to her favor.
Yeah, I didn't like that about her either, because it does feel like, even though she's not always right up there on the pace, her best races are when she is able to keep close. And I just don't see that being a very good trip for her in here, where even her best race isn't going to get it done.
Of the speeds, I do respect the 5 Beautiful Karen coming off a gate-to-wire winner at Belmont. Let's watch that race right now. Went pretty quick in the early portion of this race, took a little pace heat, shrugs them all off, and she's going to just hold on to win by a neck. Solid 75 buyer speed figure. She had taken a long time, though, to get through this condition, Mike, and it's kind of a big step up, the 1X to the 2 other thens when you're talking about state breds.
Yeah, that's definitely true. It is a big step up. Of course, she tried it 2 back in a race that the important one race where she was entered main track only, got in and got absolutely dusted by that horse. Honey Money ran her down 3 starts back in the 1X. Listen, this mare is very consistent. She does have speed. I'm just not that big a fan of hers, Dan. I'd rather have other horses.
New Connections might have made a wise claim with the 6 Shaker Shack. They took this stakes winner for 32 out of this race at Saratoga, going turf to dirt in her second start off of a short layoff. She showed good speed in this race. I thought she was game to win. The 5th place horse came back to run second for a 25 tag at Monmouth, but earned a respectable 67 buyer.
Yeah, this filly doesn't have a ton of figures to back her up. It feels like she's a little slow for this field. This is a pretty nice win, though. The whole field took a shot at her on the turn. She just turned everybody away and held on to the finish. Only a 67 there on the drop. But I think you're right, Dad. Maybe a pretty nice claim for these New Connections.
We saw Rosa Veloce finish 6th in that Honey Money race. Again, she couldn't make the lead that day. Maybe the track worked against her. Also, I'm not sure if the wet track is what she wants. She's now run twice on wet track. She hasn't run her best. Maybe getting back to fast going and drawing outside some of the other speeds could put her in a good trip.
Yeah, maybe that will work out to a good trip for her. We'll see if she can just, sort of find a way to finally take a step forward. Because personally, the way I view her, she hasn't improved from her debut as a 2-year-old, which she won at Saratoga. I just don't really like any of her races since then. She's another horse who is speed and wants to be part of the pace, and it could be pretty quick up there.
Conversely, Waylon Josie might want a wet track. Let's watch her last race at Finger Lakes. She just dusted this field off. 67 buyer speed figure. She'd be 2 minor next out winners is the favorite in this race. This is a mare that's done some pretty good work for trainer Steve Jerkins. She likes Belmont. I think she's a little bit of a sleeper in this race if the pace is fast, Mike. She's done some good things in her career.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think she's a little bit underrated. She's going to need to catch some breaks, it feels like, to beat this field, but I could certainly use her underneath somewhere because I do think she's going to get the right kind of trip.
The concern with the 9 Prairie Fire is the layoff. It's certainly not the class. She is getting a gigantic drop-in class after facing open 2 other thens way back in April at Belmont. I mean, the winner of that race, Miss Brazil, is a stakes horse. She came back to run 3rd in the Jersey Girl with a 90 buyer speed figure. The race before that, she was in against Chubwagon, who's the darling of the Mid-Atlantic region. She's just taken on really good company and should appreciate getting back in with New York breds.
Absolutely. She's a big player in this race. She has plenty of back races that make her really tough in here. She's also has good tactical speed. She can be forward, Dan, but she does not need to be on the lead to be effective. She gets a trainer change for this off the layoff. The Noda barn feels like they're starting to heat up again since racing has come back to Belmont Park. There's plenty to like here.
And here's Irish Constitution's last race, the Union Avenue Handicap. First start off about a 3-month break. She's going to run second over a sloppy track, outrun early. Decent enough late kick, Mike, behind Awesome Debate, who just was sharp on this day. Irish Constitution, maybe the figures are a little bit light, but I like that there's not another layoff for Ray Handel, and this really seems adaptable to the pace situation.
Yeah, we'll see what she can do in here. She's another 3-year-old in this field, and it feels like they're, all these 3-year-olds are landing in a pretty tough spot in this race, but she did run fine in there. Awesome Debate was much the best. Nobody else really did that much, and she was a long late for second. She's another one, Dan. She's got to improve in here. We'll see if she can do it.
Top pick time for the Thursday race of the day. Well, she's got the fig. And that's the important fact for the important one who might be able to get kind of close to the pace. Again, she's adaptable. We're not going to get much of a price on the important one, but it looks like she's found a home on dirt against New York breds.
Yeah, listen, I won't argue with anybody who feels like they want to make her prove that that last one is not some kind of a fluke, because if it is, she's in pretty big trouble here. But I was just taken by that performance, and I feel like there's a chance she just might have been a dirt horse all along.
3921 for Mike, 3125 for me. The Thursday race of the day is the 8th at Belmont. Good luck.